Well, Ethan, back with not a review really. I got some new albums, some new vinyl to be specific. I went to two record stores in South Carolina near Myrtle Beach this past week, and I got some great deals on some great vinyls of great bands that I love. So, um, went to an antique shop in Surfside Beach, South Carolina, and also went to a CD and vinyl shop in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina this past week. And I got a good number of really great priced vinyls. So let's get into what I got. This is kind of just a show and tell video, no review or anything. This is just kind of me showing off what I got because I'm really excited about it. And if, you know, this video is boring, hey, you don't have to watch. But I think this stuff is really cool. Bachman Turner Overdrive, 4-wheel drive. This is their fourth album. I've really never really listened to these guys that much. They are a Canadian band out of Toronto, Canada. Started in the early 70s. Two brothers, Randy and I can't remember the other guy's name, but Randy Bachman and Fred Turner on vocals. Randy Bachman played guitar. They had, FM radio hits and Let It Ride and what was the other one? Taking Care of Business. Taking care of business every day. That's Bachman Turner. Never really knew these guys other than those two songs playing here and there on the radio. But yeah, 4-wheel drive. This is their fourth album. Haven't actually really listened to this one yet, but I've been listening to their first two albums recently, and I really like these guys. I don't know how I ever didn't listen to more of them, but I've really been getting into them recently, so I thought I would pick this up. 4-wheel drive, Bachman Turner Overdrive, fourth album. It was $10 at the record shop. Used, of course. They're all old copies. A lot of them are dog-eared and have some scratches. But for that price, that's worth it to me. How about some Foghat, Night Shift? This is their sixth album, I want to say. Yeah, this is the album right after Fool for the City. Their classic kind of breakthrough album with Slow Ride on it, Night Shift. They are a band from England, the United Kingdom. Sixth album, like I said, Slow Ride's probably their most famous song. Great shot of the guys right there. There's them on the back. Haven't really listened to this one either, though I am familiar with other of their albums. So when I saw this, I had to get it because I've really been getting into this kind of music, that 70s early heavy rock. Foghat, great band. Great slide guitar from, I believe it's Rod Price. Or it might be Roger Earl. Let's see here. Yeah, just a great heavy rock band from the early 70s from England. Foghat. Check them out. All right. Ooh, there's a little glare. This is Grand Funk Railroad. All the girls in the world beware. Look at the guys on the cover there with the muscles. Look like 70s, but looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is the guys in 1974. This is their ninth album, so a little later in their career. Grand Funk Railroad is a band from Flint, Michigan. They released their first album in 1970. No, scratch that. 69. These guys go way back into the late 60s. Ninth album, this one right here. Haven't really listened to it, but I've listened to their first two albums. Some of their big hits are We're an American Band. They did some covers, but a three-piece. Four guys at this point. They acquired a organ player after their first couple of albums, but they started as a three-piece, much like a ZZ Top or something like that. Mark Farner, the guitarist and singer. Mel Satcher on bass, and I believe a guy named Rod Price on drums with the big curly hair. Great three-piece band. Underrated band. Grand Funk Railroad. Haven't listened to them a lot in the past, but really been getting into them lately. Great band. Underrated band, Grand Funk Railroad. Maybe not this album, because this is one of their later, but I recommend listening to Survival. What are some of their other ones? Their first album, On Time. The Red Album, Grand Funk. E Pluribus Funk. We're an American Band from 73. Grand Funk Railroad. Check them out. Got this album. And it was $8. $8 for the Grand Funk. All right. Jethro Tull, Aqualung. This is their fourth album. $8.95. Not real familiar with these guys. I know the flute player, the main singer, Ian Anderson, is kind of the mainstay of the band. He's been with them since their beginning. They recently just released an album, I know. This is considered one of their classics. You got Aqualung, Cross-Eyed Mary, Cheap Bay Return, Mother Goose, Wondering Aloud, Out to Me, My Rod, Hymn 43, Slipstream, Locomotive Breath. I think Locomotive Breath is like one of their most popular songs. Wind Up. Yeah, the old guy on the front. Aqualung, Jethro Tull. Haven't listened to a lot of their stuff, but I had to get this one because I know I will like it, and it was a great deal. Aqualung, Jethro Tull. They're from England. They've released many albums through the years. They've been around since the late 60s. Jethro Tull. All right, here's an album I'm very familiar with. This is Blackfoot. This is Strikes. This is their fourth album, I believe. I want to say third. No Reservations, and they had one before this, and then this is their third. 1979. This one, if I didn't mention. Aqualung was from 71. 1979. This is heavy Southern rock. Think Lynyrd Skynyrd, but Lynyrd Skynyrd on steroids. You got Pat McCaffrey on keyboards. Or scratch that. You got Ricky Medlock on lead vocals, lead guitar, and acoustic guitar. You got Jackson Spires on drums, Charles Hargret on lead, acoustic, and 12-string, and Greg T. Walker on bass. There's the guys right there. There's Ricky Medlock. His grandfather, Shorty Medlock, played the harmonica intro on Train Train. This is a fantastic album. This is one of the bands that kind of exploded in the wake of the Lynyrd Skynyrd plane crash in 77. So these guys were friends of Lynyrd Skynyrd from the early days in the 70s. And the singer, Ricky Medlock, actually sings in Lynyrd Skynyrd, or he plays guitar in Skynyrd now with Ronnie Van Zant's younger brother, Johnny Van Zant. So Ricky Medlock, to this day, in 2022, plays guitar for Skynyrd, and he's part Native American. Hence the name of the band, Blackfoot. The Blackfoot Indian tribe is what he based the name of the band off of. Their first album, No Reservations, Indian Reservation, get it? So that's what their whole shtick was. It's like Southern rock with an Indian flair. Really weird, I know, but this is a great band. This is a great album. You've got classics on here like Road Fever. What a great kickoff track. I Got a Line on You. Catchy. It's a cover, I believe. Left Turn on a Red Light. Pay My Dues. Baby Blue. Wishing Well. That's another cover. Run and Hide. Train Train. And Highway Song, which is like Blackfoot's version of Freebird. Check out that album cover with the King Cobra on the front. Blackfoot Strikes. Check it out. Here's one I've been getting into recently. What a fantastic album. What a fantastic band. The Doobie Brothers. This is The Captain and Me. This is their third album. I got this for $8. Such a great album. Such a great band. Again, another band I haven't really listened to much up to this point, but another band from the 70s that was really kind of, I don't want to say overlooked, but wasn't really talked about enough. This is from 1973. It's got classics on it like The Captain and Me, Dark-Eyed Cajun Woman, South City Midnight Lady, Ukiah, Natural Thing, Long Train Running, China Grove. What a great band. They're from California. There's a shot of the guys there eating. One thing I love about these 70s albums and album covers and sleeves is they always had such great pictures of the band inside of them. There's the Doobie Brothers, California, 1973. And to stay on that same page, here's their second album, the one that came before it. This is Toulouse Street. Shot of the guys there. Toulouse Street is a street in New Orleans. They are pictured there at a brothel. Second album. Haven't heard their first album, though I really love this one. It's got classics on it, like Listen to the Music, FM radio hit right there. Jesus is Just Alright. Fantastic song. Fantastic song. Rockin' Down the Highway, Mama Loy, a little reggae in there. Toulouse Street, Cottonmouth, Don't Start Me Talking, White Sun, Disciple, Snake Man. They had great vocal harmonies, the Doobie Brothers. And when I say I've just started listening to them, I'm talking about in the last 3 weeks. I've really been on a Doobie Brothers kick. This is their second album, 1972. Great vocal harmonies, great guitar playing, just great harmony, great melody in this music. This is not really hard rock. This is like Eagles meets Creedence Clearwater Revival meets maybe the Allman Brothers. Think a marriage of those three. There's the inside cover right here. Just a fantastic band, the Doobie Brothers. Really been listening to that album a lot recently, and I plan on listening to it again because there's some songs on it I can't remember too well. All right, this is Danny Joe Brown and the Danny Joe Brown Band. If you don't recognize that guy, he was the lead singer of the first two Molly Hatchet albums, which I own on vinyl, which I love. I love Molly Hatchet. He left in 1980 after their classic kind of breakthrough album, Flirtin' with Disaster, and started a solo project called Danny Joe Brown Band. Never listened to this. Not a song, if I'm being honest. $8 I got this, so I thought, heck, I love Molly Hatchet, Danny Joe Brown, that classic mustache, that face. I am interested. So I'm going to spin this here soon and maybe do a review on it at some point. Danny Joe Brown Band, ex-Molly Hatchet member. He did return to Molly Hatchet in later years, though. Last but not least, this is the Rossington Collins Band. This is Anytime, Anyplace, Anywhere. And you might be wondering, Rossington Collins, who are they? Well, they are the original two guitarists for the band Lynyrd Skynyrd. There's Alan Collins, there's Gary Rossington. Here's Leon Wilkinson, the bassist for Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Mr. Billy Powell on keyboards. This is after the plane crash. This is 1980. Plane crash was fall of 77. The guys kind of go through that trauma. They recover. 3 years later, the two guitarists, Allens and Collins, form a solo band. This is the first album from that solo band. Have not yet listened to it, but this was $2. $2. So I had to get this. I love Southern rock. This is in the genre of Southern rock per Wikipedia. So I have to spin this soon and hopefully, maybe, spoiler, a review on it soon. Anything with those guitars from Lynyrd Skynyrd associated with it in any way, I'm instantly interested. So I had to get this. You got slide guitar, Gary Rossington, Alan Collins lead. You got Dale Crady on lead vocals. Barry Harwood lead and rhythm guitars, and the vocalist, he looks kind of like Ronnie Van Zant. Billy Powell keyboards, Derek Hess on drums, and Leon Wilkinson, the bassist for Lynyrd Skynyrd, on bass here. So I plan on spinning this and doing a review on it at some point. There's the guys right there. Good to see, before Alan Collins passed away later that decade, that those two phenomenal guitarists from Leonard Skinner could continue to produce work. So review hopefully upcoming on this album. And that's it. That's all the albums I bought here recently. Just some highlights of some great picks that I acquired. I'm real excited to listen to all of them. Some of them I've listened to already here and there, but a majority of these that I just showed you, I'm not very familiar with the bands, but I plan on listening. Reviews hopefully upcoming soon. So yeah, all those albums I'm really excited about talking about and listening to and thinking about and researching. All the bands mentioned I really love. I got all those albums for under $90, so that's like an average of $9 per album. So yeah, just some recent vinyls I picked up. Thank you for watching this sort of highlight reel of recent albums picked up, and hopefully there will be album reviews soon. Thank you for watching.